Of a Monday crochet. How is everybody today? Welcome. You've never been this early. Well, welcome. I almost said I've never been this early either, but that's not true. I'm always here at this time. Sometimes I'm late. But usually I'm pretty much right on time. I was actually here early just now, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna pop over and check my messages on Instagram. And then I almost was late because I got distracted, but I am here, I'm on time. I'm also wearing this like little vintage sweater that I've never worn before that I got like, I think I bought this on my 30th birthday. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. So 2 years ago. There's a little vintage store called, I think it's called the Ugly Duck in Nashville. Ugly Duckling, Ugly Duck, something like that. Ugly Duck Vintage maybe in Nashville. And yeah, I got this because I thought it was so cute, and then I just never figured out how to wear it, and I still don't really know how to wear it. I kind of like this little lime green tank under it because it kind of goes with like the lime green of the flowers. But hi Gladys, how are you? Hi Gabrielle, hi Thomas, hi Isabel, hi Piper, hi Briella, how are you guys? Hello, I'm your favorite crochet YouTuber. Thank you. Beth, I don't know if have I seen your edits? I want to see your edits. Make sure you tag me. You are in a crochet slump, watching this get out of it. Yay! I'm gonna be going really easy on crocheting during our live stream because I'm working on a super fun crochet project for this week, and I'm gonna be crocheting. I have to have it done by Wednesday because I'm giving it to somebody on Wednesday, and so I have to have it done. So I have 2 full things I have to finish tonight and tomorrow, but I can't work it on the live yet because it's a secret. So I am going to be very slowly working on our top. This top we are making for like early fall. In my brain, this is like my September top. September going into October top. And it's gonna be a big granny square top. I hope today though we get to see what the color changing looks like together. It's beautiful. Everyone always asks me what this pattern is. It's literally just a granny square, but you're not changing colors, and you just keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, those. Okay, Beth, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure which account it was. Yes, the ones on TikTok. Those were great. And I thought you meant here. Sorry. Tilly is wonderful. She is sleeping on her tower right now. She's been so happy. So we got this thing at the Dollar Tree, and it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It looks like a shark, and it has like these foam balls in like the tube behind the shark, and you like, it's almost like a water gun, but it's not. It doesn't shoot water. It shoots these little foam balls. And oh my gosh, Tilly has been having a heyday chasing the balls everywhere. So she loves how fast they go because we just can't throw them as fast, I think, as she would want them to move. But they literally are like, you know, like a mouse going. They're so fast. You've been watching for 1 month and live streams are awesome. Thank you, Eleanor, for coming to the lives. Welcome to the Sunflower family. You're a relatively new member. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. It's upstairs right now, so I'm not gonna go grab it because I was playing with it with her upstairs. But maybe next week, or I'll post a short of it. You like my glasses? Thank you. I'm actually running low on contacts, and I know I need to order more, but I know I'm gonna need my contacts every day next week because, oh my gosh, are you guys ready for it? We've kind of talked about this, but I'm finally starting the craft room. Y'all, this has been 3 years in the making, 2 years in the making. It's okay. There's this space in our house. It's up there. Do you see where all those boxes are up there? At the top of the railing. So that space is just like this little lofted area. Ooh, do you hear that thunder? It's just a little lofted area. Like my office is like over there upstairs and Josh's office, but the little loft, it's pretty small. It's about the same size as the office where we do a lot of our live streams and videos, but it's just been storage. It just kind of became storage, and it's just always kind of been storage, which kind of is weird because it's in the open, but you know, it's whatever. I have a small house, so we use the room we can. But then the storage just kind of became a junk room almost, and just kind of collected everything there. So anyways, it started with having a lot of bigger furniture there that we needed to get rid of. So we got rid of all the furniture last year. I can't remember the place that we used, but we found this place. It was really cool. It will come get your old furniture, and then they donate it for you. But then if for any reason it can't be donated, they take it to the dump, but they try to donate it first, which I thought was really cool. So we got rid of like so much stuff. And then we just had all these boxes to go through. So we've been slowly going through boxes for the last 6 months, I guess. And next week, I am going to be going to hang out with my parents, and my dad and I are going to be working in his wood shop because he has this like awesome like workshop wood shop thing, and we are going to be building the cabinets and the bookshelves, and I'm just literally so excited for you guys to see the craft room come together. I'm the one who taught you how to crochet. Oh, that makes me so happy. How's my day? It's good. It's good. You guys will never believe this. My regulars will never believe this. I'm actually on like a really good sleep schedule now. So, okay, if you're not a regular here, you may not know. I have been basically nocturnal for like most of my adult life. I think working for myself, like, it's very easy to get on very weird schedules. The amount of times that I would like start filming a video at like 11 p.m. and then film until like 3 a.m. and edit until 7 a.m. and then sleep until 2 p.m. Like crazy nocturnal schedule. And I don't know, this summer especially, I've just decided like I want to be up early. I want to see the sun, you know, all these things. And so I have totally flipped my schedule, and so has Josh. So, anyways, I can't remember why I'm telling you guys this. I feel like I had like a whole point to this whole thing. Oh, you said, how was my day? So it was so strange. Today was the first day that I woke up like without an alarm. And so I woke up at like 7:45 a.m., which I know is not super early, but it's early for me, considering, like I said, I've been basically nocturnal for the past, you know, decade. And yeah, it was nice. It was nice. You love my voice, you should do a podcast. Thank you. I've thought about it, but I don't really know what I would talk about on a podcast, you know? You're making earrings. That's awesome. What kind of earrings did you make? Crazy how summer's almost over. I know. The crazy thing too is like being an adult now, like, and being like, out of college and everything. It's weird because summer is now truly the season, not just the break. And especially like in Nashville, Tennessee, it's summer here until like the end of September. It was so funny because I actually said the same thing yesterday to my friend Lydia. We were at the pool and I was like, oh, summer's almost over. And she's like, girl, she's like, it's going to be summer for the next 2 months. And I was like, you're so right. Like, not that I'm sad summer was going to be over, but I was sad because I was at the pool and thinking about summer being over. If you know me, you know that I don't really like summer. It's my least favorite season by far. But when I can be at the pool, I like it a lot more. I will say, like, I've been going for walks every day and just being like, okay, I'm just gonna take the heat, it'll be fine. So we have like insane humidity in Nashville. So not only is it like 95 degrees Fahrenheit, but the humidity is crazy. And so I just usually avoid being outside during the summer, but the summer I've just decided to own it and go for it. And I'm like, I'm kind of getting used to it. You love giraffes? Me too. Did you guys see what today's video is going to be? I'm so excited. Do the crochet hornets next work? So far, so good. I was at my parents' house July 9th, 10th, and so far they had no wasp nests. So I'll let you guys know again when I go visit. What's made from resin? Oh, you're so sweet. Such a big fan. You always try to find your live. So glad you found me. I'm so glad too, Sky. That's very sweet. So ready for winter. I love winter so much. I'm a fall girly, truly. Fall into winter, I'm just so happy. And then spring is fine. And then, oh, the earrings are resin, so sorry. Spring's fine, you know. And then I love fall and winter. How's Bernie? We haven't added anything to Bernie yet, but I have finished 2 books since I updated Bernie. I am tearing through Powerless. So I did Powerless. I did skip the novella. I'm gonna read it at the end because I know when I finish the main plot, I'm gonna want more of the story. But I'm pretty sure it was written last, so I kind of like to usually read them in the order that they were written. You joined the Sunflower Family Instagram, Mr. Warmy Crochets. That makes me so happy. I'm really like working on our broadcast channel on Instagram. Do you guys know what the broadcast channel is on Instagram? So if you have Instagram, it goes to like your messages. So like, how do I explain this? Where you would get a message on Instagram, you'll get something from like the Sunflower Family, and it's me. And you guys can't like talk in it, but you can react to like the messages I send with emojis. And then you can talk if I put a prompt. So like last night I put a prompt, like ask me anything. And then people were like asking me questions. And then whenever I answer the questions, it just like goes into the chat on Instagram. So if anyone's on Instagram, you'll go to, I'm trying to think how to show you because I was going to reach for my phone, but you're on my phone. I'm trying to think how to show you guys. You basically go like right underneath my bio. There'll be like a little thing that says the Sunflower Family, and you click that and you join. And I've been posting like behind the scenes stuff. I posted whenever we met the giraffes, which you guys are about to see all of that today. I'll probably put the link to my new YouTube video every week, but I'm not going to share like too many links in there because I don't want it to be just like, oh, go watch my video. Like, I want it to actually be like behind the scenes stuff, you know? Hi, Zoe. Hi, Cass. How are you? How many pets do I have? One. I have one daughter. Let's see. You're so excited for today's video, Cass. Unbelievable. Whenever I was editing, I was like crying again. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I'm gonna have to get used to having caffeine before our lives now that I'm on like a good sleep schedule. Now that I'm going to bed at like 10, I'm like, oh, I'm getting sleepy. Oh my goodness. Tea crochet your live streams. Oh, the best vibes, Leah. I love that so much. You'll probably cry watching. I'm probably gonna cry watching it with you guys. Like, I swear I thought I was going to black out whenever we were meeting the giraffes. I was like, how is this real? So basically what happened, if you guys don't know. So I love giraffes. I love giraffes so much. I've always loved giraffes. I actually have some giraffes here that I got like as a kid that were like these wooden giraffes. I can't show them to you now though. They're like way up on the shelf. But anyways, I love giraffes, but I remember during COVID getting kind of into painting, and like the first thing that I painted was this giraffe. I don't know if I still have the painting. And I feel like I like re-fell in love with giraffes like in 2020. And if you rewind even further back, whenever I was in college, so like a decade ago, I was shopping with a friend and there was this giant 4-foot tall giraffe. And I was like, I want this so much, like a plushie giraffe. I was like, I want this so much. And I was like, I can't, you know, justify buying this right now. There's no like a reason. And it was kind of expensive. And I was like, one day I'm going to like buy this giraffe. And for some reason, I think I put it in my mind as this like symbol of like success, and I'm happy in where I am in life, and I'm at this place where I can buy this 4-foot tall giraffe. And so we ended up buying the 4-foot tall giraffe for hitting 100,000 subscribers. And it was like kind of symbolic, this thing that I thought about on and off over a decade of like, oh man, I'd love to have this ridiculous 4-foot tall giraffe, but it needed to like symbolize something for me. So yeah, the giraffe is behind our live streams whenever we're in the office, which we're not in right now because it's full of boxes. That's another part of us getting ready for the craft room remodel. So anyways, so for 100,000, we got Sunny of the Sunflower Family, the giraffe. And then whenever I had 1 million, a lot of you guys were saying I should try to meet giraffes in real life. And so I hit 1 million last October, I think is whenever we passed 1 million. It was like October or something. And I had been talking to Scott Christian Sava. Do you guys know Scott Christian Sava? He's one of my YouTube besties, sweetest human ever. I just adore Scott and his wife Donna so much, and their content. Their content is amazing. Oh, Bernie is the bookworm, but we'll get to that in a second. So anyways, so I had seen that Scott was doing videos of going to the zoo and drawing the animals, because Scott is like an artist. He does like drawing and painting, and he was doing these like behind the scenes kind of like visits with the animals up close and like drawing them. I was like, this is so cool. I've been dying to do something like this with a giraffe. And he was like, I think I can set that up. And I was like, you can set that up? Like what? And so, you know, we talked about it like in passing maybe a year ago. I had told him it was something I wanted to do for hitting 1 million. Well, maybe like a month ago, he reached out and was like, hey, it's happening. We're meeting a giraffe. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was freaking out. So anyways, it was crazy. It was crazy. You guys are gonna see the video of Scott and Nana and Josh and I meeting a giraffe in just a little bit of time. How can you let Bernie the bookworm replace the giraffe? Bernie definitely has not replaced the giraffe. What happened was the giraffe, we moved the giraffe out of, so my office where the giraffe usually is also our guest room. And over the last few months, we've had a lot of friends stay with us. And when the giraffe is in the guest room and the Murphy bed is popped out, there's no space to like stand. So we had to move the giraffe out of the guest room like while people were here. And so the giraffe just has been chilling in the loft area that's going to be the craft room. So that's why the giraffe was over to the side. You gotta feed a giraffe once. Wasn't it the coolest thing ever, the way that their tongues work? Their tongues like can grab things like our fingers can. It was so cool. What am I making? It's gonna be like this granny square top. There'll be like 2 big squares and then like a granny square stitch. I'm really excited. It's kind of gonna be geared towards like early fall is my goal. So it'll be still like kind of, I feel like these are fall colors, but still a little colorful. And I'm big on changing my wardrobe throughout the year. I feel like I very drastically wear different colors and like vibes throughout the seasons. So I'm trying to make this like a September shirt. And it'll still be warm enough and also cool enough, if that makes any sense. What's my favorite yarn to use? My favorite yarn ever is probably Hush by Big Twist, but we can't get it right now because it was a Joann's only yarn. But now that Michael's bought the IP of Joann's, I'm wondering if we're going to be able to get it again. Your favorite music artist is Benson Boone. Very cool. My favorite music artist is probably Taylor Swift. I made my headband. Here, I'll show you. So if you want to make a headband, you can buy just like metal headbands, and you can get them like pretty cheap online. And the first thing that you need to do is cut out a piece of felt that matches your hair, because you want it to kind of like be able to blend in. And so then the next thing that I did was I just went in with a bunch of flowers and moss and I glued them all over it. Now whenever I did this, I combined E6000 and hot glue, because hot glue is instant, but it's not necessarily like a super hold. But E6000 takes 24 hours to dry, but then it doesn't budge. So this way it guaranteed that it wouldn't slide around. Like the problem with just using E6000 is that sometimes like things slide around, if that makes any sense. And if you're using hot glue, it'll fall apart. So like I made this butterfly crown. I don't know if you guys know Shane Wally, if you've ever seen Shane Wally wear a butterfly crown, but I made that. And we were on this creator trip together and he loved a butterfly crown and he wore it. And I was like, obviously this is yours now. It looks amazing on you. The butterfly crown originally I just did with hot glue and they all fell off. So I redid it with hot glue and E6000 and they stayed. My favorite color is green. Green's my favorite color. I've been really loving purple lately though. I feel like green and purple together especially I really love. During the summer, I'm always like a hot pink girl too. Like I love pink, but I don't know how to explain it. Green is just the only color that I feel through all the seasons. Just makes me feel so happy. I haven't had dinner yet. What are you having, Arlie? I think we're actually going to go to Taco Bell for dinner. Do you like to crochet with long nails or short nails? I've never really had long nails. Like I'm a guitar player and so like I just have never had long nails. I actually still haven't tried the Woobles. I do have a Woobles kit, but I haven't tried it yet. I'll tell you guys a little bit of what we're doing for next week's video. I said I was gonna be going slow tonight because I actually am doing 2 crochet kits in this week's video, but they're brands that I don't know. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna go. The whole video is kind of contingent on them being easy to use and also me being able to like get them done before Wednesday. We'll see. What's my favorite flavor of tea? I'm a big matcha girl, especially matcha lattes. If I'm doing like a bag of tea at home, I mean, I love herbal tea, don't get me wrong, and then it's just kind of like whatever flavor I'm in the mood for. I love chamomile tea. Ooh, sleepy time tea. Love sleepy time tea. That's, I think, literally what it's called. Yeah. I'm so sorry about your cat. I'm sending so much love. Should review the Woobles for all of us. I know, I need to. Tilly's wonderful. She's sleeping on her tower right now. She's had a very hyper playful day. I made my headband. I don't know if you were here a minute ago when I explained how I made it. I'll do a short explanation since I think a lot of people already saw it, but basically it's just a metal headband. Glue felt on the bottom part to match your hair color, and then glue a bunch of flowers and moss on top. And I combined hot glue and E6000. I love boba. Yeah, I really like boba. I don't have boba a lot, maybe like once every couple months, but I really love it. I would have it more, but it's just expensive. Well, let's see, you're having jasmine tea. I don't know if I've ever actually had jasmine tea. You're gonna try to make one? Yay! Let us know how it goes. I made multiple versions. This is probably the one that I like the most. I really liked the moss one aesthetically that I made, but I put gems on it, and not gems like little gems, like big gemstones, like, you know, like big pieces of rocks on it, and I put sticks on it and stuff, and it looked really cool, but the rocks and the sticks did end up falling. I haven't done crochet tapestries. It kind of like really intimidates me. I want to do a tapestry sweater where there's a cat on the front. I feel like that'd be really cool. You wish you could give me some fun resin earrings. That's very sweet of you. I'm sure I would love them. My favorite book, I don't even know. For years I've always said that it's Dark Matter by Blake Crouch because I feel like it's the book that affected me the most. But I haven't read it in a decade, so I don't know how comfortable I still am saying it's like my favorite book, you know? It's like, it's not a book that I've read a million times or anything. The Throne of Glass series I really love, and Queen of Shadows is my favorite book out of that series. I'm currently reading the Powerless series, and I just started, and by that I mean I'm not even through the first chapter, I just started Fearless. I finished Reckless maybe 2 hours ago. I was like doing laundry and listening to the audiobook, and oh my gosh, if you guys have read Reckless, I was not prepared for the ending. They're butterfly wings, I love that. Crochet ideas for the summer, I do. I actually have 2 full videos just of crochet ideas for summer. One of them is, how many ideas did we do? Was it 30? 30 things to crochet for summer, I think. And then we had items of clothing as well, which I think were 13 items of clothing to crochet for summer. I have not read that book, Augie. My necklace I did not make. It's like the little colorful shells. I have no idea where I got this. I've had it for so long. I think I got it like in high school. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just changed my earring. If you guys remember, I got this pierced almost a year ago. I literally changed the earring right before I got on live, and I think I like the hoop a lot better. The little diamond was getting caught on stuff a lot. Christmas in July. I made chocolate treats today. That's amazing. I actually accidentally did Christmas in July with my friend Megan a couple days ago. I had not seen her since March, and we had not done our Christmas presents yet. Oh my gosh, wait, you guys kind of saw me starting to make it. I actually made her, it was the orange and blue pillow. I don't know if you guys remember that. I was going to make mittens, and somehow it turned into a pillow on one of our live streams, and it was really funny. Man, I meant to film the ending for you guys to show you how it turned out. Origami and other paper crafts. I did a lot in like high school and middle school. I love doing origami. I had like a book that taught me how to fold the different papers and stuff. It was amazing. The only thing I think I could probably still fold is the little paper balloon. I made those a lot. Favorite creative hobbies outside of crochet and knitting? I don't know, just like general crafting. You know, like making things like my headband that I'm wearing, and like my other like Renaissance fair accessories. I loved making all of the trinkets for the Renaissance fair. I love making polymer clay stuff. What else do I do, guys? A lot of little crafts. And a crochet slump. I don't know. I know exactly what you mean when you have things that have deadlines. That's what usually my recommendation is to get out of a crochet slump, is to crochet something for a deadline, you know, like a gift for someone. I mean, the holidays aren't that far away. If there's any holidays that you celebrate towards like the end of the year that you need gifts for people, you could always start now, because that's what I always tell people. Start your holiday presents literally in July. I haven't done the star blanket, and honestly I'm not going to. I know that I can't crochet for that long a period of time, especially over 6 days. I can't do it with my nerve damage. And it's also something that I don't necessarily, not that I think it's a bad trend, I think it works really, really well for a lot of people, but I think that doing things like that can be how people get nerve damage. So I think if I'm kind of like promoting a trend of like, get it done in this amount of time, I don't want people to be rushing to try to get it done, if that makes any sense, and risk getting nerve damage, because it stinks. How long have Josh and I been married? We are not married, but we have been together for 8 years. Whenever we do eventually get married, you guys will be along for the ride. We want to do a Renaissance festival basically for our wedding, so it's going to be an entire probably year of video series. I have not watched Epic the Musical. It's on YouTube. Oh, cool. I love how free and happy you are living your life. I want to be like you. That is very sweet. On the channel, we try to always talk about being yourself at every age and, you know, just doing things that bring you joy and spread kindness. But I will say, as always, as anyone online, I will say I'm a very happy person, genuinely. And I'm very, very, very thankful for my life. But always remember that you're only ever seeing little clips of people's lives online. So try not to compare yourself to people, especially people online, because you're only seeing curated little clips. Once again, I am genuinely a, you know, very happy person, but there's always things, you know, there's always things. And we've talked about it before. We talked about the anxiety and stuff that I struggle with and why that's part of why I love crocheting, you know, so much. But I appreciate the kind sentiment. I haven't started any sewing projects yet. That's probably going to be this fall and winter, because we're about to have a craft room set up. Like, genuinely, in the next 3 weeks, it will all be set up. I'm gonna take a break from crocheting because I'm feeling tension in my arm, and I have to crochet a bunch over the next 2 days, so I need to take it easy. I'm genuinely so excited about the craft room, guys. I'm probably gonna be posting a ton of shorts. And I think it's going to be 3 separate long form videos because I was trying to figure it out, like how to do it in one. I think I need it to be 3 videos. So I think it's going to be building everything for the craft room and all the planning, the mapping it all out, and then building the furniture. And then it's going to be installing it all, you know, setting it all up, installing it all. And then I think the 3rd video is going to be decorating and organizing and everything. We are talking about the craft room. It's finally happening. Next week, I'm going to my parents' house for a couple weeks, probably, to build everything. And I've been like mapping it all out here at my house. My dad's been practicing building like certain types of like drawers and stuff. I might make a few shorts while I'm like planning in the planning process to like get y'all's opinion on everything, because I think, so I'm planning as of now for the bookshelves. So it's gonna be a library craft room. So 2 of the walls are gonna be covered in bookshelves, and then one of the last wall will be the yarn wall, and then like a, what is it called? Like a workbench kind of a thing, like a tabletop, but not a table you sit at, just like that you can work at, and underneath of it is like storage. And then the center of the room is a massive crafting table that has an opening on both sides, so 2 chairs can sit there. So like Josh and I, our friend and I, can sit there and craft together. So we're not painting the walls of the craft room. My house is painted that brown color. You see it kind of over there, the stairs. That's the craft room up there. It's the loft. And so the loft attaches to the kitchen, like over there, that whole wall and stuff. So I'm not gonna paint it because I don't want to have to paint everything. If I paint the loft, I have to paint the whole house, and we have really high ceilings. I'm not gonna bring scaffolding in here again. So all that being said, most of the walls are gonna kind of be covered anyways. So kind of like, okay, so one of the walls will be like floor to ceiling bookshelves, and I'm working towards hopefully getting live edge like shelves. So if you've seen like live edge wood, it's basically like a piece of wood that's cut like a regular slab of wood, but on the edge you can still see the bark of the tree. So that's kind of the goal for like my ladybugs, thank you. That's kind of the goal for like the bookshelves. It'll be kind of on 2 walls. I say 2 walls, but those walls also have a window on it, and they have a closet on it. So it won't be like floor to ceiling totally bookshelves. It'll be like cut out around the closet and the window. So those are the 2 side walls. The back wall is the wall that has the yarn across the top. It's going to be an entire pegboard of wall of yarn, and then there'll be the workbench, and there'll be storage underneath of it. So what I'm kind of thinking is it's gonna be cheaper to build, like from talking to dad and stuff and like looking at like lumber prices, it's gonna be cheaper to build the craft table for the center of the room and the back like workbench basically out of like it's basically like a type of plywood, And so it's not super pretty until you paint it. So I think I'm going to paint it like a dark green. I think a dark green will kind of go with everything. The walls are brown. The live edge bookshelves will obviously be like wood color, like different shades of like, you know, basically like browns and grays. And I think that all of our decor will be very like naturey, hobbity, you know, like because I was debating on doing bright colors, like a bright purple or a bright pink, but I really think that I want to do really cozy, like, you know what I mean? Like cozy toned colors to make it kind of like all feel like a little like witchy craft room, you know? You love my videos, thank you, Kevin. Paint the pegboard wall. So the thing about the pegboard wall is it's actually going to be covered from side to side with yarn. I mean, I guess until we start using the yarn, but I think I'm going to have more than enough yarn to cover the entire pegboard wall. I don't know if I would paint the pegboard. I guess I probably will have to paint the pegboard. Maybe I'll paint it the same dark green or maybe a lighter shade of green. I don't know. Of course we support LGBTQIA+ in here, and any hate will be immediately blocked. Yeah, y'all, this is a completely safe space room. All hate is instantly blocked here. How do you pick mods? Mods have to be 18 or older. You have to have been a consistent goer of our live streams for at least 6 months, and then we can talk. But right now we're not currently adding any more mods. Anna, you know I don't have a temperature blanket update. Oh, hi Nick, how are you? My favorite thing I've ever made is probably still a temperature blanket, even though it's just chilling over there with all my blankets. It looks like, thanks May, you're awesome. We'll be done by 2026, hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see. I think what I'll probably do if it's not done by 2026, we might do like a January like crochet-a-thon where the only thing I crochet for the month of January is the temperature blanket. The only reason it might not be done before 26 is because I want to exclusively make my friends and family's holiday presents this year. I was thinking about this the other day. Now that I'm getting into like upcycling and like thrifting and like changing clothes, I really want to try to like make a signature piece for each like of my friends and like family that would like make sense. So I mean, it's not gonna make sense with like everybody in my life, but I would like to do it as much as I can. So hi Amy, how are you? I know I need a crochet mini Tilly, I really do. You guys know me and plushies. Oh, I'm making plushies this week, you guys, though, and I'm not excited about it. Actually, I'm kind of excited about it, but I'm a little bit nervous about it because I'm not a plushie girl. Not a plushies girl. Shout out to Planet Earth. If you remember Shout Out to Planet Earth, you're truly an OG. Favorite holiday? Christmas. I love just like being home in the winter and, you know, the tree and how cozy everything is. Wait, we halfway have an update on the patchwork jacket from like 2023, believe it or not. So I had a bunch of scrap yarn back in like 22 or 23, and I was like, ooh, I could make a patchwork jacket out of single crochet by making a bunch of squares. And so I made enough squares to make a vest, and I pinned it together, and I was like, okay, I need this many more. It's still gonna take me a very long time to finish the jacket, but that jacket ended up in a, you know, works in progress pile, and it ended up just like in a box. And then the box ended up getting moved to the garage. Well, I did just recently bring in the box of all the rest of my yarn, and I'm like 99% sure the patchwork jacket's in there. So when we do the video that is like decorating the craft room and setting everything up for the craft room, I think you guys will see the jacket for the first time in like years. Wave sunflowers from the UK. Hello, Tammy, how are you? Hello, hello. You're crocheting your first blanket? What kind of blanket are you making? So ready for Christmas. You want it to be Christmas season already? I know. I mean, I'm in fall mode. I'm like ready for fall. I feel like this year, for the first time ever, I want to embrace early fall. I feel like there's this like beautiful moment, like honestly September, this beautiful moment like after summer, but before like spooky season, that it's just this cozy, like starting to be pretty weather again time that like I haven't really embraced. Another thing this year, I feel like I always feel like being a crafting YouTuber as well. I always feel like, and I may eat my words with this, I may totally change my mind later, but for now, this is what's on my mind. I feel like I'm always trying to like lean into spooky season and doing so many spooky season crafts. I'm not a spooky girl. I'm a witchy girl, but I'm not a spooky girl. I'm like a witchy and like I'm like a witch of the forest, like, you know, drinking tea and reading a book with her cat. Do you know what I mean? I don't like horror films. I don't like scary films. I'm not a big Halloween girl. I'm like a cutesy Halloween girl. So exactly, after 4th of July is officially fall, officially spooky season after the 4th of July. But I think this year I'm going to really embrace the cutesy fall, the cutesy Halloween. I don't know, I've tried to dive in, I think the past few years to like making, you know, more content that's like spooky fall. It's just not me. You love my channel? Thank you, avocado girl. You made a chicken today. Kind of looks like Becca. That's amazing. Did you guys know you can now post pictures on our YouTube, by the way? It's this brand new thing, and I'm trying to figure it out still, if I'm being honest with you. It's this page called the community tab, but it's not where the community tab used to be. It says community, and you guys can post in there, and I can like respond, and you guys can comment on each other's stuff. So one of you had asked or had said something about having your own yarn wall with like a pegboard, and I was like, oh my gosh, can I see a picture of it? Like, post it in this tab. And you did. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. So we can start sharing photos in there. So if you guys have photos of things you've crocheted, because I know that was kind of an issue with the Discord, but it was like a safety issue with the Discord with like turning off photos. So I think instead of turning the photos back on in Discord, we're just going to start using like the community tab on YouTube, because you guys can actually post photos there. Please don't post, you know, photos like with your face in there or any like identifying, you know, things. Always safety first online, but please share your books you're reading or your craft room or your pets or your crochet projects. Should get a moss rug for the craft room. That would be cool. I have kind of like a grassy moss rug for my office. I don't know. I don't think I'll have a rug for the craft room because it's going to be on carpet already. More than a moss rug, I want to have like just like moss decorations, of course. You're crocheting the hungry caterpillar. That's so cool. I should crochet a hammock. What kind of hammock should I crochet? Like for a person, for a cat, for toys, for yarn. Shout out to Tilly, Josh, Becca, Moo Moo, and Waddles. Yes, Anna, absolutely. You love my crochet videos. Started to sell crochet plushies. Oh my gosh, Madison, congratulations. That's a huge journey. That's awesome. Can we just share the little bag you're making? Yes, and please post the picture of the bag that you're making on, yeah, on the thing. What's the XP thing? I don't know. YouTube's always trying new things, and like I love YouTube for it. But yeah, it's like, I think it's like who's maybe commenting the most or something. But please don't spam the chat. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to talk. Yeah, I have no idea what the XP thing is. It's like for top fans, and it shows me like who's commenting the most. We should crochet a mushroom stool. That would be so cool. I actually just crocheted a mushroom. I'm really excited. I can't show you guys yet though, because it's for a gift in case the person sees it. I can't tell you what it's for. House Tilly, wonderful. Who pays for super chats? It's not who pays for super chats. I haven't gotten a super chat yet today because I can see at the top the number if I get super chats. But the top fans, I think it's more like who's talking the most and stuff. I think I can see it a little bit better on my computer. Hold on one second. Oh, my computer's dying. Yeah, so like Cass right now, you're shown as like number 2. But like, let's see, if I click on top fans, so it's Amelia, Cass, Kevin, Hey, it's Chris, Life with Ilya, Sophie, Eleanor, Isabel, Helene, Brenna. Yeah, that's the top 10. It does go, oh my gosh, wow. It actually goes up to 50 people though. It shows the top 50 people. It's so cold in your house, you're freezing. I'm sorry. It's been so hot here, and like working upstairs in like the loft area has been like so toasty. Our house doesn't have great ventilation. Ventilation? Is that the word? No. Circulation. Circulation is the word I was looking for. You're number 2. You are. You are indeed. Summerween. Decorate the craft room with flower garlands, crochet flower garlands. I'm definitely going to have to crochet some stuff for the craft room. That'll probably be like its own video. I was thinking about doing a video. When would this be? When do people go to college? It's usually like middle of August, right? I was thinking about doing a video somewhere in that time period where it's like things to crochet for like your apartment, dorm room, etc. Just like cute little things for like one of those like list videos. And oh no, the downstairs AC broke. I'm sorry. So I thought it'd be fun to do a video where I talk about things you can crochet for a room, and then I can show you guys the craft room because it'll hopefully be all set up by then. And then I can like we can talk about the things I'm gonna crochet for the craft room, and you guys can help me get ideas and like brainstorm. Will I get another cat? It's not a plan of ours. I think it would be like if another cat got us. Like Tilly just moved in. Tilly was like, I'm here, I live here. I think it would have to be a situation like that because we were not planning on a cat. Like I did have a dog and a cat on my manifestation board for that year, but it was more like my manifestation board that year, I made it like this is my 5-year goals. You know, it had the van on it, which we still want to get a van and remodel it. It had the dream craft room, which we didn't do last year, but we are doing it this year, so 2-year goal. It had the dog, the cat, eventually being able to live a little bit more like out like in the country. What else was on my manifestation board that year? Oh, 1,000,000 subscriber. But it's crazy. Like, so yeah, we did hit 1,000,000 subscribers last year, and we did get a cat last year. So a few of the things did come true from our 5-year manifestation board. We're not really sure how old Tilly is. When she came to us, the vet said she could be anywhere between 1 year and 3 years, but we've had somebody else say, who's a vet, a different vet, say that they think she was probably actually less than 1 year when she came to us, based on some of her mannerisms. And so we think now that would put her around 2 years old. You're getting out of your reading slump this week? Me too! A couple weeks ago, I read Silver Elite, and oh my gosh, it just like skyrocketed me out of my reading slump. It's amazing. It's like a dystopian dystopian romance novel. Silver Elite was really good. It's kind of like an adult, it's an adult book, but it's kind of like an adult Divergent in certain ways. So yeah, Silver Elite was great, and then I read The Poppy War, which was also incredible, but very, very heavy. Also adults, but like even for adults reading Poppy War, definitely look up a trigger warning before going into it, but genuinely one of the best books I've ever read. And then I started, did I go straight into Powerless next? I think I did. So then I did Powerless, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not because a lot of my friends said they really didn't like Powerless. I loved Powerless. I know that it's YA. I think a lot of my friends don't read YA, but I love Powerless so far. So Powerless was great. I just finished Reckless, which is the second book in the Powerless trilogy. And then I just started today Fearless, which is the third book. I've heard the third book is horrible, even from people who like the Powerless series. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna see. We're gonna see. Silver Elite. Sorry, not Silver Leaf. Silver Elite. Danny, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Who wrote Silver Elite? My Kindle's in the other room. Silver Elite. It's author. People think she's using a pen name and that she's already like an established author because this is her first ever book and it's like blowing up and it was on the Book of the Month Club. So, what is her name? I'm so sorry that I'm blanking. If anyone knows the author of Silver Elite, please let me know. Danny Francis. That's it. Danny Francis. But yeah, people can't figure out like who she is. 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, thank you for saying something. I always just get distracted and forget. If I could dye my hair, what color would I have it? I really want something I want to do with my hair. I'd probably do purple again, but I really want to do like peekaboos. For a while, I really wanted like a green, but I had somebody point out, they were like, you wear a lot of green. Like it'd be cool if you did like a complementary color to green. And I was like, ooh, that's a good point. Purple could be fun. But I want to do like peekaboo highlights, where it's almost like a ombre highlight, just like hidden throughout my hair. I'd love to do multiple colors. If I could do like pink and purple and green and blue, that'd be so cool. My favorite bird, probably an ostrich. What's a pen name? So pen name is like you go by a name that's like not your real name. So sometimes authors, especially authors who are really, really, really well known for a certain series, sometimes they will come up with a pen name. Some people just don't just want a pen name. You know, some people, like Mark Twain is like a famous one. Like that's not actually his real name. That's his like pen name. What is his real name? I'm blanking. Anyways, so there might be a reason, you know, or not a reason if they just like a different, you know, like a different name or don't want to go by their name. But sometimes an author will get really, really famous for a certain book and then they won't want the next series to be like associated with it. And so they'll release under like a pen name, a different name. Oh, I love that. Last week's video inspired you to start reading again. You read Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder. What? What? I've never heard of this book, but the name is so intriguing. I have food in my teeth. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying that. I just felt it. I've literally brushed my teeth since I ate too. I had a salad for lunch. I have like a piece of lettuce in my tooth. My favorite dinosaur is definitely a... Oh my gosh, what are they called? The long necks. What are the long necks called? Littlefoot. What's his name? I'm blanking. Or authors have pen names for different genres. That's a really good point. Very true. I'm actually kind of surprised that Rebecca Yarros doesn't. I think that's interesting. Bronchiosaurus, is that right? Or Brontosaurus? Is that the Brontosaurus or the Bronchiosaurus? I do like sushi. The last couple times I ate fish, I had a weird reaction though. So I need to get an allergy test done. It's been like a year since I've had fish and I love fish. I can't stop trying to get a piece of lettuce out of my tooth. Sunrise on the Reaping. I think I will read as a palette cleanser between series because I think I'm doing Crescent City after Powerless, but I might pause and read Sunrise on the Reaping. I really want to finish the Poppy War series also. It was just really heavy and I looked up to see if the next two books get heavier or lighter. They do get heavier and I don't feel like I'm at like an emotional place to read them right now. So taking a break before I finish the Poppy War trilogy because gosh, it was incredible, just really heavy. Hi Crochet Queen, how are you? Wait, who's the author? Who's Joanne Fluke? Your birthday's in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, August 7th. Happy early birthday. You crocheted a potato, now you're crocheting a blanket. I love that. Have you seen the positive potatoes? I think those are so cute that people crochet. Fearless is good. Tough read for a lot of people. Interesting. I'm excited to read Fearless. I don't know. Like, I loved the last book of that Divergent series and everybody else hated it. Murder She Baked. I'm sorry. What are these cooking murder books? I'm so intrigued. Like, it honestly doesn't sound up my alley, but who knows? Maybe. Sweater's beautiful. Thank you. I got it at a little vintage store in Nashville called, I think it's like Ugly Duck Vintage. I went there on my 30th birthday and this was giving, you know, crazy art teacher. So I thought it was fun. One of us is lying. Oh, I've heard people talk about that. Is that like I don't know, it's really funny if I'm reading a book about like fantasy like a fantasy book, I can read like heavier stuff. Um, but if I'm reading like a real world book, I kind of struggle to read like heavier stuff. And the Poppy War is fantasy, but it dealt with a lot of like very real things. And yeah, I just have to take a break. I actually almost stopped reading it, even though it's, like I said, one of the best books I've ever read. Definitely a 5-star read. You're 30, you don't look a day over 25. I'm actually 32. I've been practicing, we talk about this a lot in here, but I've been practicing not saying thank you whenever people tell me I look younger. My goal, I think, is never going to be to look younger. It's to look myself, you know, to look like myself at every age. So I always say I appreciate that, I understand you mean that as a compliment, but I am trying just out of principle to not say thank you whenever somebody says I look younger. You're so pretty, thank you. I'll always say thank you to that. But I don't know if that makes any sense. It just feels like, I don't know, not to get on like a whole tangent of societal beauty standards, but I feel like, you know, we're told so often to look younger, look younger, look younger. And I'm like, for one, that's always a losing battle. And for two, it's like, why? Like, I am 32 and I look 32, and like, that's okay, you know? I think the only part of my aging that's ever bothered me is I get lines right here sometimes. And the only reason I don't like those lines when they stay is because they make me look grumpy. And because I don't think that I look like myself when I look grumpy, just like when my face is resting. But these don't bother me. These guys don't bother me. I don't know. I actually don't have a P.O. box right now. Exactly like the poem that I wrote. That really solidified it in my brain. Trigger warning, talking about loss. I lost one of my best friends from high school a couple months ago, and she was 30. She was a couple years younger than me, and we were tennis partners, and it was like totally unexpected. She was diagnosed with cancer one day and was gone the next day, and it was horrible. And I don't know, it made me think a lot about, you know, aging and how it's such a privilege to age. And I think it probably really, I started really thinking about it because at the funeral, I heard a bunch of older people, because there were a bunch of older people at the funeral, and I heard a bunch of people talking about, like, you know, aches and pains and getting old. And I heard someone say the phrase, "Don't get old." And I was just like, no, like getting old's, you know, such a privilege. It's the whole point, you know? So anyways, if you haven't watched that video, I am donating any money that video makes to cancer research for the cancer that we lost her from. I don't have the ability to pin videos on YouTube, or I'd have it pinned in my shorts, but it is pinned on TikTok. How do you send fan mail to me? You're very sweet. I'm not doing any fan mail at the moment. I will let y'all know if I ever do decide to open, oops, that rose over, to open a P.O. box again. Yeah, loss is not fun, but I guess it, you know, it reminds us that we've loved, and that can't, you know, be all bad. Do I like drawing? I'm not particularly good at it. I've enjoyed it though. 8 minutes until the video. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited about this video that I can't even explain how excited I am. Literally, y'all, meeting the giraffes was one of the coolest experiences of my entire life. Like, I mean, you guys know how much I do feel joy just in general, and I don't know if I've ever felt that much joy. Like, it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I talk about this in the video as well. But if you live in Nashville, or if you're visiting Nashville, and if you want to meet the giraffes, they do this tour. Like, you can book the tour that we did. And it's, I think it's $75 a person. And I think they said online the tour is for 45 minutes of meeting the giraffes, feeding the giraffes, all this stuff. And the money goes towards giraffe conservation. And because I didn't realize how endangered giraffes are, but there's only like a little over 100,000 giraffes like total like left. And the giraffes that we met, the giraffes that they have at the Nashville Zoo, are the Maasai giraffes, and there's only like 30,000 of them left in the world. And that population has gone down by 50% in the last, I think it was like 30 years. So it's really, really important now, you know, more than ever, to be doing like these types of like conservation efforts. So I think it's really, really cool that they offer such a really, really unique, you know, experience of meeting these giraffes up close. And then the money goes to supporting giraffe conservation. You guys are so cute. Oh my gosh. You guys are cute, happy, outgoing, lovable, large-hearted, youthful. Thanks. I know, Cass, it's literally so sad. It's so sad. It was so cool. We got to spend so much time with Brittany, one of the giraffe keepers, and she's literally like multiple times already been to Africa and has like helped with giraffe, you know, relocation efforts and conservation, and is about to go again. So it was really cool getting to like talk to her about the giraffes and learning so much more about giraffes. What do you put for Y? What do we put for Y? Someone said youthful. I have no idea. I'm blanking. 4 minutes. Yay! I'm so excited for y'all to see this video. It's gonna be so much fun. And do you guys follow Scott Christian Sava? Because if you don't, you need to follow Scott Christian Sava. I'm assuming if you guys are here, especially hanging out as we're just crocheting, that you guys like cozy content creators, and Scott is one of my cozy content creators. I love Scott Sava's content. He's an artist and is actually about to release a book called Becoming an Artist. Oh, Sophia, I'm so sorry about your cat. Sending so much love. And oh, I'm so sorry, Costa. Sending so much love. Yarntastic. Wait, that's the perfect Y word. I will forever be yarntastic. Wait, we need shirts that say yarntastic. Should we make shirts that say yarntastic? That would be hilarious. Anyways, Scott Sava, if you guys are not following Scott Christian Sava, it was because of Scott that we got to do this amazing zoo experience. So you guys will learn all about that in 3 minutes. But I just want to make sure that y'all go and subscribe to him as well if you're not already. I really do want to do a community granny square project at some point, so that'll be probably the first thing that we do whenever we get a P.O. box again. I feel like I keep holding my mouth weird because I still have the lettuce stuck in my teeth. Oh my god, live, you guys have to go and get floss. Yeah, the color started to change finally. Look how pretty that is. Oh, this is gonna be gorgeous. I'm so excited. Yeah, we need to come up with some fun community shirts. I think like an all-day crochet or like an on Mondays we crochet shirt would be really cute. You know, because like Mean Girls, on Wednesdays we wear pink, on Mondays we crochet. And a crochet all day and yarntastic. I'll have to start working on some designs. It'd be really fun. 2 minutes. All right, friends, so if you have never been here before, basically how it works is every Monday we go live from 5 to 6 p.m. Central. We crochet, we hang out, we talk, we craft. It's very chill, very cozy. And at the end of the live stream, we go watch the new video. You don't have to come watch the new video, but I would love for you to come watch it with us. It's a short video this week. Usually they're like 30, 40 minutes long. This week's was only 9 minutes long. I know, very short for us, but you know, we only had a limited amount of time with the drafts. So anyways, you love Yarntastic. I love it. It's so fun. So what's gonna happen in about 30 seconds, I'm going to end the live stream. It's gonna pop up on the screen with the thumbnail for today's video, which is me and Scott with the drafts. Click play now if you'd like to come watch the video. We'll watch it together. I'll be in the chat. There'll be a chat just like what you guys are in now, watching the video, and I will be there too. And I'll see y'all there. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Yes, this is to celebrate hitting 1 million subscribers. So thank you guys again for that. All right, y'all. I will see you in the premiere. Bye.